Welcome back to our series of educational videos covering inflation and deflation. In this video, we will look at the current economic climate in May 2015, examining inflation and deflation both in Europe and the United States. We will make predictions as to the trends the global communities will follow in the coming year. We assume here that you have a basic understanding of what inflation and deflation are. If you feel you would like some additional background, you may refer to our first video. If you'd like some historical examples of the consequences of deflation, you may refer to our second video. Both are linked to in the description. In general, right now it appears that the world is at the brink of mild deflation. Specifically, Europe has been threatening to experience small amounts of deflation, and in some places already is. The European Central Bank, the ECB, has set a low target inflation rate, which the actual inflation rate has been below for the last 2 years. Cyprus and Greece have experienced 1 to 2% deflations, with much the rest of Europe hovering at close to 0% inflation. Fears of triggering deflationary spirals have begun to weigh heavily on politicians' minds. Europe is already in the midst of a debt crisis, so full-on deflation would be absolutely devastating. At this point, though, rational expectations-based spirals have not yet materialized, and things seem to be holding steady. Recall that it is much harder for a central bank to fight deflation than it is to fight inflation. The ECB has lowered interest rates so close to zero that this is no longer an available tool to fight deflation. Because of this, the ECB is currently implementing the same types of drastic measures that the United States took in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis. Using a program similar to the US's quantitative easing policy, the ECB is pumping money into the economy to promote spending and fend off deflation. It is too early to say whether or not this will work. All we can do is look to the US, where such policies have been effective at staving off deflation, but have been difficult to back away from and may have the long-term consequence of hurting our future ability to keep lending under control if inflation starts up again. Overall, the situation in Europe is one of uncertainty. Historically, extended periods of low inflation or mild deflation have been catalysts for larger deflationary spirals. However, in this case, this has not yet begun to occur. Quantitative easing policies will likely keep deflation at bay for the foreseeable future. Instead, what Europe should worry about is its debt crisis, which seems to be poised to have more impact on the European economy than vague deflationary worries. In the United States, the situation is similarly neutral. While our economy has been in less than 1% deflation for the early part of 2015, it does not seem like this is an actual overall trend. Many believe that this deflation has been the result of low oil prices. Due to an unexpected oil surplus at the beginning of the year, oil prices plummeted to the lowest they have been in a decade. Since energy is a large part of consumer spending, a reduction in gas and heating costs has led to a downswing in the consumer price index, leading to the appearance of deflation. As energy prices rise again, this dip will fade away, putting the United States back in the position of low inflation. Thus, it appears that the US does not need to worry about deflation at this current point. Instead, we too need to be aware of the long-term consequences of the monetary policies we have used in the last 7 years to fight off deflation. This concludes our series of videos about inflation and deflation. In this video, we have looked at mild deflation seen in Europe and the United States in the last few months, and concluded that it is not on its own a major point of danger. Instead, the deflation rate might be seen as symptoms of other issues that are more worthy of our attention. To learn more about any of these issues, please consult the reference section of this project, or subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Thank you for watching.